Do you need a lawyer for your personal injury claim? Here's how to know when a lawyer will make a real difference. It depends on the severity of injury, whether there is a dispute over who caused it, or if there are multiple parties or government defendants.
Red Rock Injury Law, Las Vegas. Rock! Solid recovery! Solid recovery! Rock! Red Rock!
If you're feeling frustrated and overwhelmed after your accident, you're not alone. Insurance companies often pressure victims into quick settlements before they understand the full impact of their injuries. Get checked by a doctor now. Medical records create the link you'll need later. Take photos and get witness names while the scene is fresh. I'll show you simple red flags and clear thresholds so you can decide quickly and confidently. Most people think they can handle their own claim until they realize they're facing one of these three situations that change everything. Let's start with injuries. What seems like a minor injury today can become a major problem weeks later. That little back twinge turns into chronic pain that keeps you awake at night. Those headaches you thought would go away, they could signal a brain injury that affects your work performance for months. Insurance companies know this. They push for quick settlements before symptoms fully develop. They'll call you within days offering what sounds like decent money. Here's a simple rule of thumb. If your total claim is likely under $15,000 and you are fully recovered, self-handling may be reasonable. But if medical bills alone exceed $100,000 and injuries are likely long-term, you should get an attorney. Think about this. You settle for $5,000 thinking your back is fine. 6 months later, you need surgery that costs $30,000. You're stuck paying that yourself because you already closed your case. The second factor is disputed liability. Insurance companies will blame you even when it's clearly not your fault. Nevada uses a modified comparative negligence rule. If you are found to be 51% or more at fault, you cannot recover at all. Below that, your award is reduced by your share. Let's break it down with a real example. You get rear-ended at a red light. Seems obvious who's at fault, right? Wrong. Sometimes the other driver claims you stopped too suddenly or your brake lights weren't working. Suddenly, you're fighting to prove something that should be simple. It happens in seemingly clear-cut cases all the time. Insurance companies have teams of investigators looking for any way to shift blame onto you. Get a lawyer if treatment is ongoing or needs surgery. Get one if the insurer is pressuring you to sign a release, because signing closes future claims. And definitely get one if the other side says you're at fault. Here's the payoff. People with lawyers get settlements that are 3.5 times higher than those who go it alone. Why? Because lawyers know how to fight these tactics. They protect your percentage of fault and maximize your compensation. But there's something even trickier that catches people off guard when multiple parties are involved. Picture this scenario. You're in a 3-car intersection crash. Driver A blames driver B for running a red light. Driver B blames you for speeding. You blame driver A for not yielding. Meanwhile, you're dealing with 3 different insurance companies, each with their own adjusters, each with their own doctors, and each with the same agenda: to pay you as little as possible. I see how insurers coordinate early. That's why early preservation and counsel matter. They coordinate behind the scenes to minimize their payouts. You're getting calls from multiple adjusters asking the same questions, looking for inconsistencies in your story. Let's break down a slip and fall example. So you fell at a shopping center because of a broken sidewalk. The property owner blames the maintenance company for not fixing it. The maintenance company blames the city for poor drainage. The city blames the property owner for not reporting the problem. You're stuck in the middle while everyone points fingers. Nevada usually makes each defendant pay only their share, but in a few situations like strict product defect claims, one defendant may have to pay the whole amount. That's why a lawyer can look for ways to reach deep pocket defendants. Claims involving government entities often come with much shorter notice windows. Some notices are required in a matter of months. These deadlines are stricter than the usual 2-year rule and can completely bar your claim if missed. So consult a lawyer early. There are also damages caps, often around $200,000 maximum, no matter how severe your injuries. Evidence disappears quickly. Security footage is often overwritten in a matter of days. Preservation letters and prompt requests are what save that evidence. Witnesses forget details. Skid marks fade. Weather washes away physical evidence. Lawyers send preservation letters immediately. These legal documents require the other side to save all evidence. Security cameras, employee records, maintenance logs, everything gets locked down before it vanishes. Here's the 2-year deadline trap. Time slips away while you're dealing with medical appointments and the insurance runaround. Before you know it, you're running out of time to file your lawsuit. Warning signs your simple case is actually complex. Multiple vehicles involved, government property, disputed faults, or injuries that aren't healing as expected. Every day you wait weakens evidence and increases the chance you miss a legal deadline like the general 2-year statute. Act early. The question becomes, how do you know when the complexity justifies getting help? Here's a simple decision framework that takes the guesswork out of whether you need a lawyer. If you're feeling completely overwhelmed and lost after your accident, with no idea what steps to take or how to deal with the endless paperwork and calls from insurance companies, you are not alone. I hear this frustration every single day from people just like you, and in this video I'm going to walk you through exactly how to cut through that confusion so you can start feeling in control again. Think of it as 3 quick checkpoints. Did anyone suffer an injury? Is fault disputed or are multiple parties involved? Are medical bills and lost wages growing? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, talk to a lawyer. Some cases truly are simple enough to handle alone. Minor fender benders with clear fault and no injuries might be DIY territory. If it's just scratched bumpers and everyone admits faults, you probably don't need professional help. But here's the problem. Insurance companies use the same friendly tactics on everyone. They sound helpful and concerned. They offer quick settlements that seem reasonable. It's hard to tell when you're being taken advantage of. Don't give recorded statements or sign broad medical releases without legal advice. The background research repeatedly warns that these are common insurer tactics. You might be wondering about the cost of hiring a lawyer. Most Nevada personal injury lawyers work on contingency, typically 33 1/3 to 40% depending on whether a lawsuit is filed or the case goes to trial. And they advance case expenses so you pay nothing up front. Even after fees, represented clients typically net more than unrepresented ones because lawyers increase the total recovery materially. Studies show 3 to 4 times more on average. Don't worry about upfront costs. Lawyers advance all case expenses, court filing fees, expert witnesses, medical record requests. You don't pay anything out of pocket. Here's what to do next. Handle it yourself only for minor property damage with clear fault and 0 injuries. Talk to at least one lawyer. Initial consultations are commonly free to see if your case meets the threshold we discussed. The consultation costs nothing and gives you the information you need to make the right choice for your specific situation. But there's one critical mistake that could cost you everything. Time is your biggest factor in any personal injury case. Here's your action plan to protect yourself. First, get medical attention and keep all records. Second, photograph the scene and save evidence before it disappears. Third, avoid giving recorded statements or signing broad medical releases. Fourth, if you have any injury, disputed fault, or multiple parties, call for a free consultation. It's a quick way to see if the case merits counsel and to protect deadlines. Fifth, remember Nevada's 2-year filing deadline. Consult quickly to avoid losing your rights forever. Feel free to schedule a complimentary consultation with me. Just go to redrock.link/consult. The link is in the description.